Hello, this is Delunar again. How's it going, guys? I know it's been a little bit since I posted my last video. I do apologize about that. So I know it has been a little bit since I posted my last video, but today we are going to get right back into it. We're going to get right back into the series of figuring out what we can do to kind of get into an in-depth analysis of what we can do to helping you out, kind of focusing on yourself and focusing on the things that you can do to take care of yourself. And so this series I'm going to start with is called PMES, and it stands for physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And basically what it's going to detail is everything that you can do that will help you and take care of you that you should do on like a daily basis. This is kind of to help you balance out, to possibly get you back on track, and to possibly maybe show you some methods that you may have not heard of, or that you may know of, but you just kind of forgot because they've been on the back burner with life being attacked at you all the time. So here we go. We're going to get started on this right now. So the first things first, with physical. We're going to start with physical today. Here we go. We're going to get right into it. Hey, what's up? We're back. All right. Sit back, relax. You get your coffee break in, because a smoke break a day keeps the doctor away. That's how we're going to do it. Okay, so... Okay, so starting off with the whole physical thing. This is a board that I made. This is kind of detailing exactly what I mean by going for taking care of yourself physical. So there are 5 main things that go into account on things that you need to do to take care of yourself. And basically what this is going to detail is these 5 that I have thought about. And these are the things that help me the most, that make the most progression in my life in this factor. Physical, these top 5 things that are going to include, it's going to include working out, your intaking and like what your food is and what your diet is and what you're indigesting, making sure you're getting outside of the house and making sure, just getting outside in nature. You can kind of clear in your head, because it's very good to go back to basics and kind of step away from technology, as we all tend to get lost in it from time to time. Making sure you have at least 1 hour a day for yourself. 1 hour a day that you can enjoy what you can do. We'll dive into that deeper. And then the 5th one is going to be sleep. And so I'm going to start with this first one, working out. And so remember the days when you were back in school? Remember the days when they forced you to take the gym class and we all had to wake up early and we had to go, oh, we have to run today. And then you'd get your free time to run around and play. Well, they did that for a purpose. As an adolescent, it's very good to keep your heart and your body pumping and your blood pumping. And it goes back to the basics of our survival. Our heart is the main thing that keeps us alive. And if we don't have our blood moving up throughout our body, especially to our brain, that's going to cause abnormalities. This is going to cause problems with like your thinking, your concentration, and so on and so forth. And so what it means is just making sure you're working out. Making sure, whether it be you go for a jog every day, or whether it be you have a set schedule of going to the gym. Me personally, I go to the gym 3 times a week. Walking or swimming or jogging or hiking or whatever you like to do. But you have to make sure that your blood flow is staying continuous. And otherwise, if you don't, you'll start to notice symptoms of where you'll feel groggy, you'll feel kind of tired. There's a weird wave that you get when you don't work out and your blood isn't pumping, to when if you start picking it up and going back to the gym, you're like, dang, why does this feel so good? It's like a runner's high. That's your body like naturally getting back in sync. Like, oh, this feels good. So if you work out consecutively, and not even every day, just keep it simple. Keep it short and sweet. 30-minute, even 15-minute. Just do a little bit of things that you can help out yourself with. So that's that. Number 2, intaking and diet. So this is kind of an important one. Me personally, I eat as little carbs as I possibly can. They're not the best thing in the world for you, and they're very fast as well. For example, what you can do is pay attention to eating, for example, like a cupcake. I would say like zebra cakes are my favorite personally, but really watch the sugars, because carbs are essentially sugars. They're very quick to get into your system and they dissolve very fast. So when you eat sugar, try this. Feel your blood flow and pay attention to how you feel. Feel like your body and how it reacted to the sugar. Give it about 30 minutes and watch the decline. Like you can almost feel your blood, like you feel just so tired and so dull and so just you don't feel good after intaking sugar. So it's really good to make sure that you're avoiding that sugar, because it's not going to be beneficial for you in the long run. That's just one of them. Going on to the next one. Really watch eating the fried food. Fried food is not that healthy for you. As you know, there have been multiple studies out there to show that eating fried food is just really bad for you. It's got high calorie count. It's not good with your body. It doesn't compose well. It's oil, and it's the wrong kind of oil. And it's just not a good thing to continuously eat fried food. And so it's really good to swap your diet and switch it up and stick to the greens, even a heavy meat diet, for example. And so there is a professor. So there was a gentleman that I follow. He kind of helps me get on track, and he is a clinical psychologist. He's an author. He's a professor. And he was having all sorts of abnormalities to where almost anything that he ate, it was causing disruption within his life. It caused his depression to come back up. It caused a lot of just abnormalities that did not allow him to function easily on a day-to-day basis. And thus, he trialed and errored it, and he swapped his diet to where he was only intaking steak. Basically just steak, like a medium well done, I think it was like a medium actually steak, to where he would cook that on a continuous basis and only sticks to this day with steak and carbonated water. And what he noticed is that it cured his depression, and it completely changed the way his body reacted to the food that he was eating, considering that was the only thing he was intaking. Now, is this an end-all, be-all remedy to help get rid of depression in general? No, it's really not. But it is a good trial and error. And because he has dealt with this for multiple years, he's dealt with the deep, dark thoughts of like suicide and going on and so forth with that, as we all tend to get there at one point in time, he noticed that in taking this and only in digesting meat, he gained a lot more energy. He's a lot more proficient with his lectures and his meetings, and he just feels better. And that's the main goal here, is that we're trying to get better. I will put a link for it right up here on the screen. And then if you would like to, you can watch it at the end of the video as well. He has a Joe Rogan talk that is pretty beneficial and is very helpful. That it kind of talks about his experience with that and so on and so forth. And we're going to move on to the next one, which is getting outside. You are just at home and you finally have a day off. You work 5-6 days. Every single day needs to be a mission to where get outside and experience the fresh air. It's not good to just be stuck inside all day just sitting up on your phone, for example, because remember, we're trying to do positive things here. We're trying to help you, and so try it. Try and get out of the house and just go for a simple walk and see exactly what it's going to come to bring. You'll notice a huge difference if you do that 7 days in a row. That's going to be quite tremendous on the impacts and stuff that it can do. There's a gentleman that I follow by the name of Joey Diaz. He's a really good mentor of mine, and he's a comedian, and he noticed that he just got kind of dull, kind of groggy, kind of laggy, and it was talked about, his mom always forced him to get out of the house. And think about it. When we were back, at least when I was kids, my mom threw me out of the house. Just be back home by when the street lights were on. And so when I say about getting out of the house, just an hour a day. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It can be something relating to or going to like a coffee shop per se. Or you can go shopping, go to the mall, have some fun, go grocery shopping, throw in some headphones and have a good time. But the best thing to do is just get outside and experience some of that vitamin D. It's not good to just be cooped up in a house for the moment and the time being. And so if you do that, it'll drastically improve differences. I personally try to do it on a day-to-day basis. I have to do it for my work and so on and so forth. And it made a huge difference for me and so on. So that's that. Okay, the fourth one. So this one is going to involve having time for yourself. And this is just doing with 1 hour a day of being able to physically enjoy the time for yourself. And so with the technology and with this, what it's come to our generation, to when we just sit so much. When we sit on our phones continuously, it throws our body out of whack. It's such a strong... Have you ever had a time to when you sat there and you were sitting on your phone and you did it for 3, 4, 5, 8 hours? All my video gamers know this one by heart as well. that after it you have like this kind of weight. It just kind of feels like you've almost been doing a drug for hours per se. And so with that, it's good to block that out and go back to the basics. What is our human evolution? What did we come from? We didn't have any of this technology 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 10 years ago. It's a good thing to go back to the basics and being able to make sure that you do one thing a day that's going to reset you and put you back on track. And what I mean by that is going back to the physical basics. Me personally, I love a good soak in the bath after a really long day. And try to keep it to something that is going to be something that's impactful and relaxing and away from technology and social media. And so, hashtag treat yourself. You know, it's worth it when you take care of yourself in the long run. And so when you give yourself an hour just to relax or lie down and have a moment to yourself, it makes a huge, huge, huge difference. And so I highly, highly recommend that. So there's that guy. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about sleep. And I will show a clipboard of that real quick. Oh, shit. And so, alrighty, so sleep is going to detail the last point of physicality. Sleep itself is very, 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 very important. Sleep is very underrated within today's society, per se. We get very, very little amounts of sleep due to the very impactful, very fast-paced life that we live. And involving that, what do we use to counteract that? Good old caffeine, baby. So this is decaf, so don't give me shit. But honestly, it's very, very tremendous when you can get quality good sleep. Think about the time, for example, when you were back in high school. I guarantee you've had some of the best sleep of your life when you were in your teens, growing and just resting on those weekends that you had off from school and you slept for like 10, 12 hours. That is the shiznit. But if you're in the adolescent stage, or if you're in an older stage or a middle-aged stage, there's a different amount of quantity that I think in every individual of that needs per sleep. Regarding that, it's a good thing to trial and error it. So we're going to dive into these facts about that. So ages of 21 and younger, guys, gals, you gotta get your 8 hours. At least 8 hours. When you're about 21 and under that, it's very good to get that full optimal 8 hours of sleep because it makes you function, it makes you feel better, it makes you work better throughout the day. Then from ages 21 to 24, I would say about 7 hours of sleep is about the right amount that the individual needs. And ages 25 and up, about 6 to 7 hours is really all you need. Now, this does not include if you're sleep deprived. If you're sleep deprived, you already have to play catch up on your sleep. So this is not talking about that. This is just talking about the good things that you can do and how important sleep is. We can get into that into another video, though. The next thing you need to do is avoid caffeine, as I talked about with my coffee earlier. And so with the coffee, when you intake caffeine, it stays in your system for up to 6 to 8 hours. And thus it makes it very hard to stay on track and very difficult to get quality sleep. It's not about sleeping when you're drinking caffeine. That's the hard part. It's about getting good sleep when you do that. Or when you do indigest caffeine and then you do go to sleep, it disturbs your REM sleep. And your REM sleep is the deepest part of your sleep, and it allows your body to heal the best. Now, take my words for it. Trial and error if you don't believe me. Take a night, drink coffee. Let's say bedtime's 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. is your blood clock, mister. So 10 p.m. you got to go to bed. Drink coffee at 6 p.m. and watch your quantity of sleep. I'm a man of my word, and I think that if you don't believe what I have to say, then you need to trial and error it. So try it. So drink coffee at 6, go to bed, watch what happens. The next night, don't drink coffee at all during the day. I know it's very hard, but don't drink coffee at all. And watch the trinormous and tremendous results that are going to come upon it. through what I've been doing and through my intake of caffeine, I've noticed tremendously that my sleep has gotten way better quality. And the best part about it is you can go with less sleep. And that's the main thing that we need. Because when we're trying to play catch up, with the very fast pace that we live in today's life, we need to remain as efficient as possible. And obviously sleep is kind of a hindrance as it takes up a great portion of our lives to begin with. So the best thing to do, get good quality sleep. Avoid that caffeine, y'all. Okay, and then lastly, I'm terrible with it as well, but I found a remedy, and so that's a plus. Lastly, with the phones. Guys, y'all, we all are addicted to our phones. Can we agree? Can we not agree to agree? Or can we agree to agree? The phones have such a tremendous impact within our sleep as well. As we all know, as we all have heard, the blue light that emits from our phones is quite impactful to getting good quality sleep. And then you throw in caffeine on top of that and it just makes matters worse. But when you do stay on your phone, if you stay on your phone right before you go to bed, it turns off the melatonin in your brain, which makes you not tired, which makes you not get good sleep as well. So when you do that, make sure that you try to stay off your phone about an hour before bed. And the remedy that I found out is these guys right here. These are blue light blocking glasses. They are very beneficial, and the nicest part about it is you can look like a nerd in style. But they're very cool. You can get them on 3 pairs of Amazon for $15. That was what I got mine for. And when you keep your light low on your phone right before you go to bed, and you put those on, it kind of stops the blue light from coming. So you can still stay on your phone for a little bit, but don't use your phone as a habit to stay up later, y'all. So that's a plus. So make sure you're staying off your phone. Make sure that if you're going to be on your phone, use the glasses and just get some rest. And that's what I recommend for the 5 tips that I have to offer for you guys. So again, we're going forth. 1, we got working out. 2, we got dieting. 3, we have getting outside and making sure you're spending at least an hour outside a day. 4, having at least an hour to yourself to be able to enjoy your time throughout the day, to treat your body well, whatever it is that floats your boat. And lastly, getting good quality sleep. So that details this video. I hope I've provided some knowledge for you guys, and hopefully you can apply it to your own lives. Any other questions that you'd like to ask, or how I got my information, please ask me. I'll be more than happy to share that input. And that's that. Again, apologize about the wait on me sharing the last video. I know I said I was going to post it out sooner. It did not happen. I had to redesign my room a little bit. I restructured things, and if y'all may have not seen, the paint colors in my room are different now, so now it's black. And so I was in a rut. I was not feeling very motivated. The fear was kind of getting to me about producing these YouTube videos. So here we are. I finally pulled one out of my ass, and here, moving forward. So I will continue to post on a regular basis. I'm not going to make a schedule. I'm going to just do it to the best of my abilities of when I can post. So thank you, y'all. I hope y'all have a great evening. I hope y'all have a blessed day, whatever time you are watching this. And I hope you all take care. Delunar out. Peace!